Hey guys, I know it's been a little while, and I'm sure you guys have been just as busy as I have with, family, friends, pandemic, all that fun stuff. So I did end up going to Charleston not too long ago, and while down there, we did a family trip and decided to stop at the Game Room, which is in North Charleston, and it's a place that I've been wanting to check out, and it's about 2 hours away from my house, so it's not someplace I can go to frequently. However, I did find some cool stuff. So today we're going to just go over a few of the games I picked up. There's a couple I didn't pick up that I wanted, but you know me, I'm pretty cheap, so I try to find really good deals. And sometimes I'll find something I'm like, I want this, but I'm going to wait until I find a better price, and I put it back. So I did that a couple times. There was actually one item there that I forgot which game it was now. I think it was Magna Carta 2 for the 360 that had. And it had two prices on it, and I didn't realize there was two prices because one was like the top right corner, I think, of the front cover, and the one was like the bottom left corner of the front cover, something along those lines. So I saw the low price, and I had it in my hands, and I was like, I haven't seen this game, out in the wilds. I've been looking for it, and the ones online are always expensive. So I was like, dang, this is a good price. And a little while later, while I was shuffling through the games in my hand to decide what I wanted to put back and what I wanted to keep, I ended up seeing that there was a second price on it, and I'm sitting there staring at it like it's in my hand. I'm just like, man, which one of these is real? Because they both look very similar. The price tags were pretty similar, and I was like, man. And I'm sitting there going through my head thinking, I hope this is one of those things where if I just bring it up there and it's got two tags, like they're gonna be like, oops, our mistake, and I'll give you the lower of the two prices. But while I was standing there, the one of the girls that worked there, and the place was packed, man. There was lots of people working there, lots of stuff, and lots of people visiting. But anyways, one of the workers, she's like, yeah, you need any help or anything? Because I think she just sees me standing there just looking at it. And I was like, yeah. I was like, this thing has two prices, so it's, which one's the right one? And she's like, she looks at it and she can tell right away that the lower price tag was not the right one. And she's like, that's not our price tag. She's like, that must have just been, when we traded in or someone traded in. She's like, so that price is ours. And I don't remember what the price was, but it was too high. And I was like, damn. So put that back. But I did get a few pickups, so that's what we're going to look at today. So the first game we're going to look at today of my pickups is Kingdom Under Fire: Circle of Doom for the 360. This game is an action RPG hack and slash style game. It's developed by Blue Side, which is a South Korean company who also made other Kingdom Under Fire games on the Xbox and PC. So it's technically a KRPG, not a JRPG, but close enough. It was originally released in Australia in December 5th, 2007, and it came to North America in January 8th of 2008. It's the fourth game in the series. This is the first in the series to drop the RTS real-time strategy and focus on the hack and slash RPG mechanics, similar to other dungeon crawlers. There are 5 characters to choose from, and one more that can be unlocked. The game has random generated levels and various paths to choose, as well as destructive environments. Enemies drop loot when killed. There is an item synthesis where you can merge weapons and combine enchantments. Up to 3 other players can join you on Xbox Live. Overall, it had pretty average reviews. It was mostly due to the repetitive nature that you tend to see in a lot of these, hack and slash style dungeon games. Next up is kind of cool. It's Enchanted Arms, also for the 360. But I got the sealed one, so it's brand new, which I don't even normally I don't buy a lot of new games because I look for deals so I get used ones. But this one was only $40, and it was brand new sealed, and it includes a 48-page graphic novel, which is pretty cool. So I'm really interested in. It's like I almost don't even want to open it, but I do because I want to actually read it and play it and stuff. So I'm gonna wait till I'm ready to actually sit down and play it before I open it. But yeah, it was $40 for brand new with the graphic novel included. So that's pretty cool. Enchanted Arms is a turn-based RPG. It was developed by From Software, which you might recognize from the Souls franchise, or Bloodborne, Armored Core, Sekiro. It was published by Ubisoft, such as Rayman, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Watch Dogs, all those guys. It was released in Japan on the Xbox 360 in January 12th of 2006, and in North America on August 29th of 2006. It also had a release on the PS3. The manga that's within this box is actually the prequel to the game story, so that's pretty interesting. Read the manga and then play the game. Enchanted Arms was originally planned to be a launch title for the 360 in Japan, but it was pushed back by From Software. The story follows Atsuma, a student who is studying to become an enchanter at a university in Yokohama City. An earthquake occurs and golems begin to attack people. Atsuma can use his right arm to draw ether and enchantment powers and use it to defeat the enemies. Other characters join the party as well, which include Karin, who fights with her legs, Rygar, who's Karin's bodyguard, and Yuki, who hunts golems using 2 guns. Overall, it had above average reviews. The only kind of negatives that I picked up were they said some of the dialogue was kind of weak at times, but other than that, it looks like a lot of fun. And lastly, but not least, the last thing I picked up, another 360. I ended up getting pretty much all 360 RPGs this time. So I got Record of Agarest War. So this is the original one, not the prequel and not the second, which I actually already had. I had the prequel and I had the second, but I couldn't find this one. And I was even looking online and I couldn't find either. I couldn't find it or I couldn't find any, without being super high priced and stuff. So I was really surprised they had this, and I picked it up for 20 bucks. So that's a win-win. Record of Agarest War is another tactical RPG. It was developed in collaboration by Idea Factory, who you may know from the Dark Rose Valkyrie game, Red Entertainment, who put out Sakura Wars and the other Record of Agarest War titles, as well as Compile Heart, who puts out the Hyperdimension of Tunia games, Mugen Souls, Fairy Fencer F, Omega Quintet, just to name a few. It was published in North America by Axis Games, who also put out Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, the Guilty Gear games, and other Record of Agarest Wars titles. Originally, it was released on the PS3 in Japan on September 27, 2007, and it was later released physically on the Xbox 360 and digitally on the PS3 in April 27, 2010. The story unwinds as you progress through various points on a map. While visiting these map points, you will either fight in a battle, discover quests, or visit towns to continue with the story. The battles are fought in a typical tactical RPG and include the ability to chain together attacks for combo moves. The game also includes aspects of a dating sim, which is called the Soul Breed system. This system allows you to have a relationship with one of the 3 companions, get married, have a child, and then that child inherits stats and abilities from the 2 parents. That child then becomes the new protagonist during the next segment of the story. This happens for a total of 5 generations. Overall, this game had pretty good reviews, and it rated higher than the prequel and the sequel. But now I'm excited that I finally have the complete trilogy to try out. Well, I do have plenty of other games I've picked up in the here and there's, throughout the year that I haven't had a chance to make a video out of that yet. So I figured maybe at some point I'll do just a kind of a bigger video where I just go through a lot of the ones I picked up, generally through the year rather than specific locations like I normally do. So keep your eyes open for that. And as always, peace, love, and cheese.